What they start you off at? About 12, 13?
Hell no, G. They started me off at 17.
17!
Calm down, OG. You mad about a little 17?
I'll beat your goddamn ass in this play, nephew. I'll beat the sleeves off your ass in this bitch.
Damn, shit. Where your clothes go?
Nephew, I've been working 40 goddamn years. You try to tell me you make 16 cents less than me? Hell no, man. 17, nephew.
17.
1-7.
17,
Bernadette had to walk out on that goddamn ass today. I almost beat the bricks off that young cat. These folks done lost their goddamn mind.
A funny thing is, I learned this when I was, probably about 21 years old working at a Toyota factory. Some dude asked me how much I was making there, and I told him how much I was making. He was I'll never do that again. I will never do that again. He immediately walked away to go find the supervisor and talk to him about it. Mind you, the dude was a terrible worker. He had just been there a long time. He had just held on, done just good enough to keep the job. First comment says, that's why companies say not to discuss your pay. They try to finesse people. Never be afraid to talk about your pay. Yeah, no, yes and no, because literally they contacted me after this old dude went and hit him up because he told me, he said, hey, don't ever tell anybody else how much we're giving you. I don't know, man. I would go and say opposite of that. Matter of fact, just lie to people. If you're making 20 at the plant, just be like, I'm making 15. I don't know how. They just hired me on at 15. I don't know. Another comment says, genuinely why union is better. Yes and no, though, because if we're keeping people on the job that are doing just enough to stay there and not even really trying hard at all, being like slacks all the time, should they really just make as much as everybody else just because we're in a union? Screw that. I don't know. I like free enterprise. Don't get it twisted. Sometimes they do pay their little cousin or their little family more than everybody else. But nonetheless, overall, if they see that you're a really useful employee, oftentimes they reward it in not great ways, but some sort of ways. Another comment says, I told one of the OGs that I make $18 an hour, and he said he'd been there for 5 years and only making $15 an hour. I shrugged and said, well, somebody getting finessed out here. Yeah, now listen, now that guy's probably about to get an HR ear, and now HR finna be mad you told him that, so they gonna get in your ear. It's a lose, 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 lose. In reality, I mean, you could have just lied to dog and said you was making 14 and he would have been like, yeah, that's right. That's right. Once you get to 5 years, you will make 15. The thing is, though, jobs got to compete out here. They can't be on the market not offering a at least livable wage. $10 an hour ain't cutting it no more. People have to post for 15 plus. I don't even like 15 at this point. Like, come on. If we work in basic jobs, even though it's basic and not really all that skilled, come on now. It's labor. And trust me, I know, as we film this, I'm working at a factory job. So don't think that I'm out of this equation, okay? I work factory too. Not only do I work factory, I do 40 hours one week, 58 hours the next week, indefinitely.
Here's how Trump bringing manufacturing back in the United States will actually make it more expensive for everyone. In China, the average wage per hour for a factory worker is $5 an hour, but in the US, it's 3 times higher, $15 an hour. That means a shirt.
And mind you, 15 is not great anymore. Maybe at one point 10 years ago, that was like, oh, you killing it in a factory. I'm telling you, in America, 15 an hour isn't a wonderful wage to be making.
A shirt that costs $1 to make in China will cost $3 to make in the United States, making it $2 more expensive. Since Nike, if they're the one manufacturing the shirt, operates at a 13% operating margin, we know that they have to increase their price to still be profitable. That means Nike will have to charge $2.25 more to maintain their 13% profit margin, which is why bringing manufacturing into the United States will just make things more expensive.
First comment says, don't use math and numbers. Please explain in pictures and emojis. Another comment says, did people not take economics back in high school? Another comment said, also realize there's not some graveyard of empty factories and warehouses laying around either. We are talking about years of development and billions in operations and infrastructure that companies will not spend. I mean, the largest warehouse I see get built anymore is Amazon. You can literally pick the city, but if you're in a city near a large Amazon warehouse, you know what I'm talking about. Those things are massive, okay? In Pontiac, we used to have this thing called the Silver Dome, right? It was a huge football stadium. When Amazon bought the grounds of the Silver Dome and replaced it with an Amazon plant, when I tell you how much that plant dwarfs what the Silver Dome was, it is so much bigger The infrastructure is unbelievable. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know. I don't dig that deep into it, okay? Straight up. Warehouses are all built differently. You might love one warehouse and hate the next one. Same with factories, all the same thing. You might love one factory and absolutely hate the next one. So when it comes to actually being in the thick of it and in the weeds of the work at warehouses, it really depends. That's all I can say.
What's up, man? Where you been at?
I was locked up. Had to do a little bit of time. Feel me what I'm saying? Got jammed up on some shit.
And for somebody who works a factory job just like this shit does happen. And when it does happen, don't even ask nobody how they got jammed, why they got jammed up. Just say, we happy to have you back, man. Come on. First comment says, yeah, so I'm just wondering the purpose of this video. I'm a felon. I work in a factory. We need to work if we want to change. I'm 8 years clean. And the dude who made this video said, bruh, I don't care. Like he truly wasn't roasting anybody. He's just saying how it is working in a factory. You will mess around, see somebody you ain't seen in many days, and all they got to say is they was in jail. It is what it is. It's not bad. It's not good. I'm just telling you, this is a reality of working in factory jobs.
How you doing, young man? They call me Quick Work. I'm been working here 42 years next month. I'm retiring 20 more. This is a Quick Work line. Don't come over here slowing my line down. Hey, man, when you grab that box, defensive slide, do not come off your pivot, man. You come off your pivot, that slow the whole process. What y'all doing? Grab a box, pivot. Grab a box, pivot. If you lifting your pivot foot, you doing too much, man. That's what's wrong with y'all young cats, man. Y'all think y'all know everything. I've been working here 47 years. You gonna try to tell me I do my job? I'll tell you one thing. We don't hear production this hour. I'm telling Chris on your ass. I done told you once. Come on, man. Let's go to break, man. What kind of car you drive, young cat?
A Charger.
Charger? Man, that's all y'all young cats know, that Charger, man. That's all y'all, that Challenger, that Charger 39, man, get out of there. Go get you a real car. Go get you a Monte Carlo. Go get you a Cutlass. Hey, watch that phone. Don't let Chris see you on that phone. He'll walk you out that gate.
Now, I think this is also indicative of any factory job. It doesn't necessarily have to be the old head, but every factory job got one dude who's going so hard, trying to be such a good example, making everybody else look worse. And it's hard to like that guy. No matter what job you go to, it's very tough to like that guy. Some cases, girl. And sometimes I can say I get it. I hear some people say, I can't imagine a job where I don't have much to do and I gotta relax at work, but buddy, imagine it. Chill out. Stop doing all this work. What is the point of all this cardio right now? Damn, one of the comments says, been making an inflation-adjusted $7.25 an hour since 1985. Like he never really got a raise. It's just an inflation raises. Ay. Another comment says, and they only make $3 more than everybody else. No, $2.47. Another comment says, crop top safety vest is crazy. I've never seen that. It must be a really hot factory that they work at to have a crop top safety vest. Do not come off your pivot. Yeah, that's the best part. All right, I just want to pause for a quick moment to say, if you are liking what you're watching right now, subscribe, okay? I try to do at least 2 to 3 of these videos a week. Subscribe, man. It's free 99. Hop on board and catch some more of these videos, okay? Now back to the video.
There's little evidence of a trade war at the Jiahao Flag Company in Anhui Province. Workers bustle and sewing machines hum. A current hot seller, blue and white banners declaring the centerpiece of Trump's re-election campaign.
What I'm making here now is the Trump banner. I know that he's the U.S. president. Every day we must produce over 1,000 of this. We already made so many batches of them.
The banners highlight a paradox in China-U.S. relations under the current Trump administration. At about $1 a piece, even the suppliers to the Trump campaign can't resist the low price. The factory also made banners for his 2016 campaign and said its business has been great since then.
Buy American and hire American.
Dude is literally talking out of his ass. If this ain't proof, dude is talking out of his ass to just try to be in office. Is that an American flag made of wrenches behind him? Get out of here. First comment says, the irony is hilarious. It is. This is insane. He wants to preach to everybody else and every other big company that you need to hire Americans, keep the factories in America, keep all the labor in America. But what does he do? He outsources to China. He goes to Temu as well, just like all of us do. Another comment says, the American dream is made in China. Wow. Another comment says, you can't make this up. Yeah, if this ain't a South Park episode laid out for them, like this is it. This is all they need. This is the whole skeletal structure of a whole South Park episode. I promise you that. Yeah, I feel that too because at my job, it's like it goes from the winter and where you need a hoodie all the time and you need to constantly monitor how open the garage door is to see how much air is coming in. If you're in the winter and you got both of them wide open, you might freeze to death in there. But in a 1 week span, because of where I live, it'll go from that to just the hottest warehouse you can imagine where you're just sweating your balls off all night. Second comment says, just excited to have my back not feel drenched from sweat. Yeah, that's, oh my God. Because now it's summer season where I work, so it's hot. It's so hot. Another comment says, man, I wish the heat from our presses is so intense that it keeps the plant around 80 degrees in the winter. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Oh my God. And yeah, just like I said, Trump are using Temu like all of us. This is insane. You thought Amazon looked crazy? All these guys are shirtless. Every dude here is shirtless. If anybody needs a crop top safety vest, it's these fellas right here. First comment says this is not Temu packaging bags, not even the color. Well, whatever it is, it doesn't look very humane. Have you ever worked that hard in your life? Tell me the truth. Get in the comments below if you've ever worked that hard ever in your life, okay? Tell me about it. Everybody thinks this quick, cheap, China-made stuff is, I don't know, good. And I get it because on a micro level it is. I could either pay, $20 on Amazon for something or about $6 on Temu to get the same thing. But was it humanely made? Probably not. Was it humanely shipped? Probably not. Was everybody working there, 18 years or older? I highly doubt it. But one thing I can say here is everybody who works under the Air Media umbrella is of age to be working, and nobody's held captive to work, okay? So that's a good thing. So you know what else is a good thing? If you were to hit this video right here, it's another socioeconomic topic that, YouTube wants you to watch right there. They picked this one out for you, but also I want you to know that I want you to watch this too, okay? It would help me so much, and I would thank you forever for watching this right here, okay? Watch this video. Air Media, I'm out.